You live?
Yeah. It says you're watching.
Are you going to talk or?
It's a cold opening, Ross.
Oh, cold.
Yeah, cold opening. Yeah, there we go. Let's just talk. Let's get to the point. Let's get to the chat. Let's hear from the man himself. What is going on, Ross?
What's up?
What is going on?
What's happening?
I don't know. We're about to find out.
What's fun?
If he answers. Said he was watching. Dame, we need to know the answers, man. He's not answering. Dame, come on. Said he was watching. Is this it? Hey, there we go. Perfect. Where were you?
My bad, getting the kids.
Nah, all good, brother. We understand. So, Dame, it's been a while since you've been on the show. Last time we heard from you was last summer, actually. And you had talked about bringing ADR to the league in the fall after originally the team was going to split up and play on different squads back in the summer. Before we get to what's going on now, what was going on then that you decided to go with playing the fall season?
Well, at first, our goal was we wanted to go play out in D.C. in the Maffle League. And we didn't really want to try and force Hagerstown to happen. But then Boone was hurt, and we were just worried about not being able to get numbers up to the Maffle League, and you can't go out there and win games with 10, 11 players like we could in Washington County. We didn't want to waste the time, so we figured instead of just not playing at all, we might as well play in Washington County. So that's why we went ahead and just played out there anyways.
And for the most part, it was a bit of a rough regular season for ADR last year. There were weeks where you guys were fielding different rosters to the point where it almost felt like you had 4 different teams going at once. Whether it be the Chris Boone team, the Jacob Mitchell team, the short staff team, or even the Brandon Heiler team we saw in week 1. What was going on personnel-wise last season that ADR just wasn't able to field a consistent squad?
We just had a lot of guys, like, having just life things happen. Like, we had some guys have kids. We had guys who had different jobs, who got promotions at their jobs, who just, like, you know what I mean, life happened. And it just was not a good season for some guys to make it. So we tried to get certain guys there at least one time throughout the season so that they could be eligible for playoffs. But even then, playoffs, we didn't field a full squad. So, I mean, we made it happen. But that's what happened with, like, the light numbers. Life happens. We had guys missing certain things, family stuff, jobs. So, I mean, I understand. I can't be mad at them. We just got to do more recruiting.
And that is something we're about to get to in a moment. But before that, it was actually recently at Worlds, you guys went out there and went 2-2, got to day 3, something that I don't believe a Washington County team has done on the A circuit ever. An achievement that nobody else had done, at least in the A circuit.
I mean, when you think about the tournament before Virginia Beach, we had a good showing on Saturday, Sunday. I mean, we just 7-point gave it to us. So, I mean, Sunday wasn't too great down at Virginia Beach, but our last 2 showings, we beat the Lions, the Bulldogs, and then the Gladiators at Nationals. So, I mean, ADR was, I thought, on the way up. So,
and that brings us to where we are now. Word has spread out over the course of the last week and a half span, and you yourself finally confirmed it, at least on your end on Facebook, a post yesterday, that ADR has, for at least all intents and purposes, have come to its end.
Yeah, I think ADR is or you guys, everybody knew it is done. So it was fun while it lasted, and no hard feelings towards anybody at all. I mean, it is what it is. I feel like certain people wanted to see certain things happen, so now they have their chance to maybe make that happen. So might work out for both parties at the end. So I mean, I wish nobody nothing but the best of the luck, and good luck in Atlantic City. It is what it is.
We won't ask you much about Showtime because I know that you're not involved there. What we're going to focus on is your direction right now, beginning with Kings.
You're gonna see a lot of familiar faces. I mean, a lot of ADR guys are gonna be rocking with me. So I mean, we're gonna have a lot of new faces also. We had to start recruiting a little further south in Virginia, so we picked up a couple new bodies. So it's gonna be something. I'm not gonna put something out there that I didn't try my hardest, and I'm not gonna put something out there that's gonna disrespect anything I'm a part of. So trust me, we're coming correct. And I mean, our first tournament probably gonna be Ocean City, so we're definitely playing in Washington County. We're gonna play in Ocean City, probably Virginia Beach, and then it's hard around that like summer, fall season. So we'll see. But we're definitely gonna do those two tournaments and play in league play. And like I said, you're gonna see a lot of familiar faces and a lot of new faces also. But it ain't gonna be no slouch.
I mean, I could believe it. I could definitely believe it. You certainly have had teams the last couple of seasons in our league dominate throughout. I'm confident in your ability to find more talent down in that Winchester area and across wherever you've been recruiting at, because you've played across the different formats. You played at 8-man states. You've been in 9-man. You're well-traveled, Dame. The question is, who steps in at quarterback? Can we expect to see Jacob Mitchell back at QB, perhaps? Is there somebody else waiting in the rings? Is Brandon Heiler ready to take over?
I got me a quarterback. I'm working on another quarterback just in case, you know what I mean? Like, you always need two quarterbacks just in case something happens to the first one, God forbid. But I definitely got a quarterback who's got a couple players of his own that he's looking to bring with him. I haven't talked to Jacob or Heiler yet concerning the Kings. But yeah, I got me a quarterback. We'll be all right.
I can believe it. So Ocean City, are you guys still looking to play a bracket ball?
Yeah, no disrespect, but I don't think we're a B team. I mean, ADR wasn't a B team, so I think I think there's going to be an experience and a learning curve, but I don't think there's going to be a drop off in what we put out. No, I'm not playing B.
I like it. No, I like it. Keep on going at the A. You found success in recent tournaments. It's been difficult making some, as you mentioned, in the fall. That's been the hardest part for traveling. At least that's what seemed like the issue for ADR last year.
Yeah, we didn't play in as many tournaments before nationals and in between Virginia Beach as I would have liked to. We had plenty of opportunities, and it just didn't work out. And that's something looking back on, I kind of regret. I wish we kind of would have pushed that a little bit more. I mean, can't force people to, want to play in certain tournaments. So I just wish we would have played a little bit more closer to nationals because, I mean, we didn't even practice going into nationals. And we went out there and won our first 2 games. So it's just a lot of things going to change. They have to. So that's why I didn't want to keep the name ADR.
You feel like this is a new beginning for you as a whole?
Yeah, I'm going to approach things a lot differently as more like a captain, coach, owner type of thing. I mean, I'm still playing, but I'm going to have to look at things at a different perspective and maybe just chill out a little bit.
I mean, if that's what it takes, that the thing you have had success on the circuit for the most part in terms of recent months. It's just a matter of seeing where you can go with this brand new start with Kings. So some details. Got to know, what are the jerseys looking like?
Yeah, we're gonna have, we're gonna have a white jersey, a black jersey, and we're gonna have alternate. That's gonna be the one. I can't really. It's gonna be a surprise.
Got a surprise jersey. Okay, I like it. I'm looking forward to it. Another question with Kings going forward. You mentioned Ocean City. Any chance that any of you pop up in AC playing for other teams?
No, that's another thing. Like, certain guys have gotten asked by other teams, and I'm not one of those that's like, nah, I don't play with certain. Like, if we're not in the tournament, go get that right. Like, go play. I don't care if it's Showtime. I don't care if it's 7 Point. I don't care who it is. If they need bodies, and I mean, you can ask anybody on my team. Like, if they ever needed me to put a word out, like, I'm not gonna say I got all these connections, but I know enough people to where if somebody needs a home for a weekend, I can probably hit some people up, whether it be on the A or on the B. So I'm all for it. Play as much as you can, especially if we're not there. I mean, it's competition, and it is what it is.
You mentioned 7 Point and Showtime, so would you be open to playing with Showtime again?
I'm not. Look.
Didn't mean to put you on the spot there, but you did mention them there in that sentence. That's why I asked the question.
Yeah, because some of my guys have mentioned that they hit them up to go play, and I told them, look, I'm never going to tell you not to go play. Somebody go get that rest. It's not, like I said, though, I feel, we're not, things aren't all peachy keen over here, but I'm not hating on nobody. What goes around, but good luck, and they can go play with whoever. But me personally, I don't know if I got certainly time for that, so I don't know.
We shall see. I feel like it's going to be a very interesting time period coming up this spring as a whole. We're still about a month and a half away from kickoff. Really, still about a month and 3 weeks from kickoff. March 29th will be kicking off there, but I feel like we're in for something very intriguing this spring, seeing the direction that Kings and Showtime both go on the circuit, especially going forward. As far as I know, I don't believe Showtime will be appearing in the Washington County Flag Football League. I've heard nothing about that. However, I am excited to see what you bring to the table with this new squad name. Winchester seems like it's a big area for talent, and you have a lot of connections outside of that city as well that could really bring in a squad that may be able to continue where the dynasty left off in the Washington County Flag Football League.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be funny, but our league goals aren't going to change. We realize it's only gotten tougher every year, so I mean it's going to be hard. But our league goals have been changed. It's championship for not a successful season at all. Just we really got to start focusing on the circuit more. We really got to get numbers out there, a couple more bodies on the O line, on the D line, just because it shows. Our first games in the last two tournaments, National and Virginia Beach, we went out there and played good ball, and it's like you just get tired. It's hard for the same three guys to be on the O line, so we just really got to focus on getting depth out there on the circuit. So
And that is the
that's
biggest, and that is one of the biggest keys to winning on a circuit is depth. Your guys, a lot of your linemen did seem they were very tired going into the Punishers game, and of course in the Gladiators game by day 3, they were gassed completely from a tough weekend. But it's hard playing out there in the A-ball. It really is. It takes a lot, and you got to have numbers. You got to have depth in order to win. Offensive line is the biggest key. The trenches are to winning a bracket ball. You got to win deep down in the trenches. And teams like Main Event, Strong Island, Punishers, Gladiators, Second Gen even, they run pretty well in the trenches.
Yeah, you see, all those teams have a rotation of at least 4 or 5 O linemen that's rotating between drives, maybe even a couple plays here and there. But they're keeping their bodies at least somewhat fresh because they realize it's a long run. I mean, Sundays will count. Saturdays for really position. I mean, sort of get the momentum, but Sunday, any given Sunday, it can happen. We got to have the bodies because by game 3, everybody out there is tired.
Yeah. That is when things really get real, especially when it comes to the A bracket where it's the best of the best by far. And as an ADR, they always faced off against the best when they went to the circuit, whether it be the Lions, Main Event, Strong Island, Gladiators, Punishers. You face the best of the best out there. You see what it's like, Dame. What is the biggest thing you've learned, however, from these last 3 years, from the start of ADR's run in 2017 to the end of it at Nationals a few weeks ago?
I've learned that there's not a huge gap in this at the A level. You see how many different people won tournaments. I mean, the Bulldogs sort of dominated for a couple tournaments for a couple months. But then Nationals, you saw Second Gen come out. And, I mean, if you saw them play, you knew they were for real that weekend. But they sort of shocked the world coming from B, moving up to A, and then walking away with the national championship.
The first team to ever do that, according to Jamie Wolf.
Yeah, this shit just don't sound normal. Like, it doesn't sound like something that's just done all the time. So congratulations to them. But I think that there was about 7 teams that really could have walked away with the championship in A. And I mean, right behind that, you got another 4 teams that could beat any one of those 7 teams and at any time. So I mean, I really think that A's not as far off as people think. And I mean, I think there's about 2 or 3 B teams that shouldn't be playing B anymore because they can compete with the A. And just
Who are those B teams? I'm just wondering.
who do I think the B teams are?
Yeah.
For sure, Rampage. I think Rampage can play A, no problem.
They are moving up for Atlantic City. That has been confirmed. Rampage is playing A and AC.
Yeah, I think they're good teams. I think AFN, they're borderline. Like, they can play A.
I think they do well in a local A tournament. They could compete with the likes of Aftermath, Anarchy, and PME in my eyes. Where they may struggle at is where you saw it in Owings Mills and they faced against Strong Island where they were just way overmatched.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way I see it is you get better by playing those guys. That's why I never took the B route, even when we were a new team, even like just now. I know we're going to take some lumps, but I figured we would get better, which we did by playing the main events, the Bulldogs, the Lions, the 7 Points, the Punishers, rather than playing the Honey Badgers or the Cayman Islands or shit like that. We're going to get better playing against the top-notch competition rather than beating up on fucking high school janitors and shit. So I figured playing in A, and then, I mean, it'll be the truth. Like, Rampage and AFN are both going to take some lumps. I think Rideout can move up to A also. And I can't remember. There's a team up north that I think I saw play that's pretty good too. I can't think of the name. I mean, Nomads, if they could travel with the bodies, they got some athletes, but they're all gonna have learning curves when you move up to A. I mean, you can't expect to move up and win your first tournament in A. I mean, or first major tournament at least. I mean, the DC tournament, Rampage won, but I'm not trying to be funny. There was 7 Point PME were only the real 18s, and I mean, it's hard, no disrespect, but it's not like every time they step out on the field, you're going to get the same exact thing. Because if so, then both of those teams would be in the top 5 talent-wise. They just ain't figured it out. So Rampage took advantage and won a close A tournament, but when it comes to Bulldogs and main event and shit like that, it's going to be hard for all of them at first. But I mean, like it was for ADR, you adapt, and I mean, it's not like we won any tournaments, but we got better. And I mean, each team's going to get better playing the best competition. That's why I think that B-ball shit's cool for a little bit, but at some point, what are you playing for then?
Yeah, I see that. I can understand that point. And I feel like a lot more teams should play in A when they get opportunities. Like, I felt like more should have played in A in the Capital Classic. There was only 6A teams. And out of them, maybe 7 Point, PME, and Bullets really want your consistent A squads that play up against the best of the best from the North.
My bad. And I mean, no shout out to Bullets. I forgot they were out there. I wasn't even supposed to run with them. The Bullets is another one that, on a consistent basis, that they could just show up because, like, they almost won Ocean City, and then after that, it's like people lost interest. It looked like because you didn't see that same Bullets team since then. So, I mean, they did good in nationals last year, but this year it was not good for them at all.
Yeah, it was a rough going for the Bullets, 1-2 in the tournament. They were out early. My question is for AC, Dame, who do you got? Since you may be there. You said you might be there. You haven't declared that yet, though.
I think I'm gonna chill, take it. I don't know. I might be there. I want to chill, but it's football.
My question specifically is, how do you happen to know who has gone to Showtime from your team? offhand?
I mean, it's not a like you're gonna see a lot of faces that played on ADR on Showtime. It's not like you had to pick and choose what it was. I never made it. I never said, "Oh, if you rock with Showtime, you're never allowed to play 15."
I'm only asking. I'm only asking, like, because I know after that tournament, once OC hits, it's going to be separate. You guys will have 2 squads in that tournament.
Yeah, so that's gonna be when when you really find out when the line is drawn, because we have. I think the core guys that you can sort of name off are going to be with Showtime. I think you guys know who that's going to be, and you can kind of guess who's going to, like, I think it's obvious.
Now, knowing that you know about that with Showtime, what do you think of their chances going into AC?
I think if they can get the bodies, they can do well, do very well. I think I just, if they can get the bodies and they get the right draw, I think they can make some noise for the first tournament.
I think so too. There's a very strong possibility of that, especially with the momentum coming off of Worlds. Going back to league play, your thoughts going into this spring?
It's gonna, like you said, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, because I've been hearing so many different things about different teams coming up. I know Program is supposedly more loaded this season than they have been before. They've been talking a lot. In fact, Marley Mayo wants to call in later. We'll see about that. He's got a lot to say about the program, apparently. I know Broadaxe has been doing some recruiting. They brought in Danny Longerbean, B. Mike, and Stephen Renner, which leads to question, what's going on with Ruckus? What do they have left? Thank
you. Well, I think league is going to be interesting. I really don't know what to expect from other teams, really, because there's going to be some opportunities out there to grab some players that can really change franchises for that league. So, there's going to be some opportunities for their dark horses. I think the Warriors are only going to get better. Broadaxe obviously has gotten better. Program, if they can figure it out, they got certain weapons there. They have, what it takes to be good in the league. Then you don't know who's going to pop up, like who might show up. You don't know if there's a misfits going around or something like that. I haven't heard it much.
Last I've heard, AFN is heading to OMFFL for this spring.
Yeah, that's a good move too. I was thinking about that the other day. Unpopular opinion, the OMFFL is not as far off from the map as what people think. I think there's more. I think the caliber of teams, there's more better teams in the OMFFL. I just think you have to, stronger. Like, there's the 2 top teams or 3 top teams in Apple are just strong as hell. So I think that's where you get that from. But from top to bottom, I think OMFFL is just, they're not as far off as Apple. They might be right there with them. So anything out there, that's a good move for them, for real.
You want to know my hot take? I think OMFFL has surpassed MAFL.
I wasn't going to say it because I got too much respect for it.
I do too. Don't get me wrong. I respect MAFL. I respect everything they've done. I have a lot of respect, but the last couple of months, if we're going to talk about the trend of flag football, where it's been, you talk about Clash of York. That was the final. Rampage beat Renegades. 2 OMFFL teams face it off for the Clash of York. You look at the Capital Classic. Rampage 1A, Scorpions 1B. and they beat the Renegades to win B. That's 3 OMFFL teams in that championship game. And you had 0 MAFL teams in what was MAFL's home tournament.
Yeah, they probably like I said, I know a couple of them guys over there. Shit ain't sweet. They gonna get it together. They got no other choice. They got too much time and hard work and sweat invested in this shit. Mapple's gonna get it together. They just gotta at some point put egos to the side, sort of like trying to get Washington County to sort of come together. The team's gonna talk. It's almost there. Y'all almost got it, but you're still missing some pieces that just everybody needs to put their egos aside because those teams that are more main event and shit, that is an all-star team, you know what I mean? It's not like everybody can chill on a Saturday just because with main event, you know what I mean? They gotta fly in, make arrangements, shit like that. It's not like the teams in Mathville and the teams in Washington County where we usually see our teammates throughout the week. You know, them other teams, they're handpicked, you know what I mean? So at some point, egos got to be put to the side. I mean, 7 Point did it a couple years ago, but recently the competition is just getting better and better. So, I mean,
and the game is growing and growing, and we are in a time period of flag football where things are going in a way different direction. I got another hot take. I think Downstate might be able to take over in the North very soon. The DFFL is something to watch out for up north right now, especially when you look at their situation when they took Providence Media away. You look at the situation where they might be able to take some more northern teams away from GCFFA and bring them down to the DFFL. And all this momentum that is going on because Second Gen won the national championship.
yeah, I mean,
What talk about the shift that's happened since mid-January.
it's crazy just sit back and watching the sort of wave that Second Gen has caused and downstate and all. You know what I mean? It's just it's a big jump from sort of everybody was laughing. You sort of first heard the Second Gen only because of Deuce Dutch and wanted to be national. Like he sort of jumped out there. I mean, hit the surface running. And he was sort of big. I mean, everybody knew who Deuce Dutch was, but now Second Gen and sort of like I said, they shocked the world. They gave hope to like other teams that. I mean, but like I said, that Second Gen team, if you saw them play, you were like, yeah, there ain't no way that same team played in the B bracket last year.
They didn't play like a B team, but they did have a lot of pieces from that squad last year who did show back up for them in the A bracket, and they stepped it up in a big way.
Yeah, man, they played good ball. I'm probably going to have to get out of here soon, Joey, but Second Gen definitely, like I said, they made a statement, and I mean, shocked the world. And I'm sure nobody thought if you had 5 choices and you asked people on draft night who was going to walk away with the national championship or worlds, whatever the fuck it is, I'm sure there wasn't too many people outside of that Second Gen camp that was going to say Second Gen. So, I mean, good for them. That's good for the game. Just like when 7 Point won a couple years ago, that shit, I mean, 7 Point winning was like really an eye opener because I mean that's a like bunch of dudes from Richmond. I mean a couple Maryland cats, but they're like I said, that's more of a family over there. So that's bigger than sort of buying a team. I feel like so. 7 Point doing their thing a couple of years ago was big, and then like the Second Gen win was big. And I mean, not taking anything from when the Bulldogs won theirs, but those two sort of was like showed that, you know what I mean, down at nationals anything can really happen for real.
Yeah, That honestly changed my perspective on flag football. It did show anything can happen because one of the biggest things that's been talked about is how the North has had a monopoly, the big five teams up there: Punishers, Lions, Gladiators, Main Event, Strong Island. And the fact that they did not come away with the championship, the fact that Second Gen was the winner, the team that I don't think anybody saw winning. Nobody. I didn't pick them. You didn't pick them. When I saw Second Gen was an A, I figured they'd be a team that might win a game and probably be done before day 3. Because you don't see it very often, a team rising up into the A bracket like Second Gen did and winning it all.
Yeah, like I said, I saw them. I think it was Atlantic City this year. I saw them play a couple places. That was not the same team. They might have had a couple of the same guys, but that was not the same team I saw in Atlantic City. Even execution-wise, they was on point. But if I'm being honest, Second Gym would have been a team that ADR would have been like, yeah, let's get in their pool. I mean, it would have been a dumb decision because we would have had our hands full for sure. I mean, they walked away with the national championship, but I wouldn't have been like, oh shit, let's stay away from them. That wasn't a team that I was like, all right, let's be smart about this. We don't match up well. I would have definitely been like, but we got Second Gen. All right, let's get away with OW. Let's sneak one. Let's sneak a win. So, but nah, they definitely did their thing. I'm getting ready to head out.
Final question then.
Yes, sir.
What is the legacy of Adrenaline Rush?
Washington County. I feel like we got two different legacies, for real. Washington County, I think ADR changed the game. I think ADR changed the league, like opened people's eyes to the different speed of the game. Like, I mean, certain teams saw it on the circuit, but even then, we're a lot faster than a bunch of those B teams. Like, ADR was a game changer when it came to the offense. I mean, also our defense in Washington County, y'all didn't really see 4 and 5 at the line of scrimmage, and us playing bump man across the board with no safety. I still don't see teams doing that in our league, but ADR, we're sending pressure and we man. There's no secret about our defense, and teams still couldn't put up points, let alone move the ball and lead play. So I think ADR's legacy, I mean, it speaks for itself. You said we had a bad season in the fall, and we walked away with the championship and the MVP of the league and defensive MVP. It could have been the offensive MVP and could have been the dirt ball. So, I mean, even though we had a bad season for most, they would dream to have an ADR bad season. But I think the legacy is that spring team last year is going to go down as by far one of the best teams to play in Washington County. But I think our Washington County legacy is something, people can joke and say whatever, but when they speak about ADR in Washington County, they're going to know what's up. It was one of the better teams by far that we've seen. Now, on the circuit, ADR was a team that if you saw them, you knew you was going to be in for a fight. They wasn't going to give up. We're going to scrap. We're going to do whatever. We're going to try whatever. We're going to fight for all 4 quarters. But I think we were a little undermanned sometimes. I think we were figuring it out. And I think towards the end, we had sort of, there were some commitment issues. So that sort of caused some things. But on the field, there wasn't really there's no big argument that ended ADR. Like, there was no, in Nationals, something happened, and nah. Like, Nationals was great. We had a good showing. We could have done better. But people just wanted to start their own thing, and I mean, I can't be mad at that. is what it is. I feel like ADR was actually getting to a point to where we were starting to figure it out. So I mean, on the circuit, I mean, it was a disappointment. We didn't win any tournaments after our first one. I mean, our first appearance in Hagerstown, we walked away with a championship, beating 7 Point twice, Explosion once. And I mean, I forget. Oh, we tied with Grimes. That's what it was. But we won our first tournament, and then after that, we had some good games at tournament, but nothing to be proud of as an end result. So, all right, good night, buddy.
Personally, my opinion of ADR's legacy, it does boil down to the circuit in the league. In Washington County, having attended the Hall of Fame ceremony the other night, I really hope that 30 years from now, we are talking about ADR in the same breath as the legends were talked about on Saturday Night in County. That whoever is in the league by that time period will get to know them, hear about them, and they'll be honored forever. I mean, there's no doubt ADR, their biggest legacy is Washington County, is possibly going down as one of the greatest dynasties in league history. And it wasn't brought down by one team. It just ended on its own. On the circuit, you could say the legacy in my eyes is you saw what could have been that first tournament when ADR won Hagerstown.
Yeah, I don't think we had 30 bodies out there since then.
And as a result, ADR never got back to that point. I don't believe you guys had a Sunday win. When was your last Sunday victory?
In Atlantic City. Actually, Boone didn't start that game. Chuck started that game. We beat the Nomads up in Atlantic City, and then ended up playing the Bulldogs right after that. It was like a playing game on Sunday.
Rough draw. But I feel like we just never got to see what could have been with ADR because the potential was there from the beginning. You guys went in there and shocked the world in Hagerstown. You punched 7 Point in the face the year 7 Point won the championship. I still remember Cody on live just going up to me and talking about how this is why this 8-man stuff ain't going to work up here. It doesn't work in 9-man. And then after that, 26 unanswered by ADR.
I mean, if you think about it, ADR has beaten 7 Point. They won the national championship. We beat Bulldogs. They won the national championship. And we beat the Lions, who played in the national championship this year. So the last 3 years, we've beaten teams that's represented 9-man in the national championship. So, I mean, ADR definitely wasn't – it's nowhere near where the captains wanted it to be, don't get me wrong. But it's not – ADR is no slouch, you know what I mean? People might laugh and joke. They know what's up when they play.
I agree, 100%. ADR was never a slouch. And I saw the fight on the field every time you all went out there. There was definitely no quit in that team.
But, all right, Joey, I'm going to get out of here. I appreciate the time to speak. And like I said, there's no hard feelings from me. People did what they had to do. It is what it is. I kind of saw it coming. That means anything. But Kings, you want to see what's up. You know what I mean? There's a reason I ain't got no hard feelings. We made moves. We're going to be all right.
And we will see just where it goes. The new era begins for you, Damian Cason, on the Kings.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you having me, Joe.
Appreciate you, Dame. Damian Cason joining us. Let me pull up this next guest and see what he has to say. Because he says he's got some big stuff to talk. I just want to see what's on his mind. If he answers. Here he is, one of the newest members. One of the newest members of the Cramley, Marley Mayo. Welcome to the show.
What's up, Blaze? What's up, Blaze?
Nothing much, man. It's a nice night, just chilling here at the house. How about you?
Yeah, you know, just leaving my other Cramley.
Your other Cramley?
Yeah, the Cramley that makes us blood, that makes us related.
Ah, the blood Cramley. I got you.
But yeah, look, Washington County, man. The Kings, the all these other teams. I like the new comp, but I'm gonna still have my same opinion.
Yeah,
We definitely got the best secondary.
Hold on a second. The best secondary in the league belongs to the Spartans. Remember that. Joe Aloisi told me himself the best secondary in the league.
Yeah, the best ones to give up touchdowns. I mean, the proof be in the numbers, man.
It was a rough going for the Spartans last year. I believe they finished 7th in scoring defense, actually. Ooh,
Yeah.
But Marley, coming to the program, looking to improve their secondary. It was a rough year for the program last fall. They only had 3 wins until Ant Smith stepped in and had to run the championship, winning the B bracket. What is the vibe and culture like for the program right now?
I mean, it's a winning culture. We know what we can do. We know the new assets that we brought. Like, it's not only me that's coming along. Like, I brought Ashton with me. We pretty much got the Warriors secondary other than Tyler. But I mean, we're making a run for the A bracket. I mean, it's gonna be a big jump from the B to the A, but with the pieces we got and the chemistry that we building, is like you said, with Ant coming in, is only way up is up.
Yeah, especially after a down year for the program, as mentioned. I feel like there's a big moves for the defense. That's something they've been needing, is some help in the secondary. That does add to the depth. I mean, you already got Lai, you got Cortez. You and Ashton,
Yeah.
I feel like, are big boosts. The question is, how's practice been going?
Practice is great. I be going live before practice, let everybody know that it's not just fun and games with us. Like, it's actual work and dedication that goes into it. I mean, like, when we get out there, it's not, hey, who's about to roll up? It's, let's get this route tree down. Let's get it together. Let's get into the winning ways. But then after that, then we get to the fun part.
Yeah. How long you guys been going at it for? At least a month now, right?
Man, to be honest, a lot of me and the former Warriors, we went to program break after the last playoff game. Like, I remember I met with Swole in the parking lot after the last playoff game, and we kind of made it official right then and there.
These hoes ain't loyal, Joey.
Yeah, Ross.
That's some hoe ass shit, dog. I'm sorry. I have to chime in. That's hoe ass shit.
Ross, I love you, man.
I hear you. Was it before or after you quit during our playoff game? I guess you walked right off the field and walked right over to Swole and was like, hey, can I come join you guys?
Nah, I mean, defense wasn't going back on the field. And I was trying to get on offense.
Yeah, that dude, he did it before we even stopped. Oh, my God.
Needed points. And I couldn't get in that receiver. And Swole was like, you know what? I'll throw you out there. I was like, really?
So that's what it boiled down to, playing wide receiver.
I mean, yeah, just going both ways. And, like, I just feel like I could contribute so much more than just playing corner. Like, after that last spring season, after we left that turf field, I wasn't getting a lot of action thrown to my side. Like, Ashton had 8 picks because they wouldn't throw to my side. So, basically, like, the whole game, I was just dropping back in a cover 4. Like, literally, all game, all season. I probably had a couple balls thrown my way. I mean, no big plays were really made. I didn't give up a touchdown all season. I mean, I was just like, bro, I got the stamina. Like, I'm not doing nothing.
You said he gave him a touchdown all season. I mean, I believe I can see it.
I mean, the only number one wide receiver for real to give me any pressure was the little Mayo, ADR Mayo. Other than that, like
the little Mayo.
Yeah, I call him Little Mayo. I've been in the weight room this whole season.
I'm about to say he's a little taller than you are. I thought.
Yeah, he weighs a lot more too, but you know, it's all a mindset.
I don't know, man. I think you're in a mini Mayo between you and him.
Yeah, I don't have no NFL experience either.
That is true. We forget that Tom's been in the NFL for a bit.
He definitely made his way into the league, but I mean, yeah, it's just other than him, there was no challenge for me.
You felt unchallenged? Now, do you feel like any other receiver could challenge you in this league? I mean, not even a Cannon Hall.
I mean, yeah, Cannon's electric. I mean, but I mean, let's just look at the numbers during the game. I mean, please, if any of y'all receivers is on this live, please chime in. If y'all did anything, please let me know because I mean, I had a concussion or two, but I don't remember nobody doing that.
Nobody say anything on the comments, so you good.
Yeah, I know because they can't. But Cortez is the GOAT, and I'm proud to play with my man Cortez on the other side. Like, this cram secondary is going to be so, like, black teams are going to have to run the ball. Y'all going to have to run the ball. Me, Ron Savage, Ashton Mercer, and Cortez. Like, where are you going to throw it?
Between you, Ashton, and Cortez.
And Ron.
And Ron. I'm throwing at Ron. When you threw Ron in there, I had to say, I got to throw a Ron now.
Hey, Ron, hey, y'all sleeping on Ron.
Hey, I ain't sleeping on Ron. He did work on TBT about a couple months ago. You remember that whooping we gave to the Killer Bees?
He's a lot smarter than what people think.
No, I believe it.
He really knows the game.
I definitely believe it, but no, that's a loaded secondary. And that's something that I feel like a lot of other teams are going to have a hard time competing with going into this season.
And there's a couple games that got highlighted, Broadax, Warriors, Kings, of course, because they're going to be the ones to come out with the most competitive quarterbacks that are really going to try it. I don't think there are any other quarterbacks that will be successful against. And where's Boone? Where's Boone playing? Like,
that is a question that I think we're trying to figure out. I'm trying to get Chris Boone on. We've had Dame on. We need Boone on to talk about this Showtime King situation.
Pat Boone going to shake up the league because where he goes is going to make a big difference.
I think so too, but who could use a quarterback right now? We got to think about this. Program's got Ant, so I don't think you guys are going to trade Ant for Boone. Are you?
And we've got Ricky.
And Ricky. So Ricky's back too.
As far as I know, we're in our group chat laughing it up.
I like it. Nice little Cramley. I like it.
Yeah.
So you don't feel like Timmy Towns is a challenge for you this year?
Who's that?
The Broadax QB who put 28 on you last year.
Broadax, Warriors, and Kings. Those are highlighted.
Okay.
Highlighted. Yeah, Timmy's a pretty. That's the young kid, right?
Yeah, the 19-year-old now.
Yeah, I picked him off last year, but he's pretty good.
So how is the offense looking from your perspective? So how is the offense looking from your perspective?
For program?
Yeah.
Oh, it's clicking. You know, Ant has got the imagination of a big kid. So you're saying it opens up the offense, and we got a lot of speed. So I mean, There's a lot of things we can do. We can spread you out. We can go double pass. We can go screen. It can be a quick game, and Ant has a very strong arm. So even on the deep balls, it's not like a lot of air under it. So I mean, we can go deep. It's gonna be quick.
Yeah, he definitely showed a lot of flashes toward the end of last season, stepping up in a big way for the program when they needed it the most. Against the Red Knights and against the Spartans in that championship game. People forget the program was down by 11 in that game. The Spartans had the game in hand in the second quarter, but Ant rallied the team back.
They took their foot off the gas.
Yeah, they couldn't capitalize for sure. They just could not do much in that second half.
That's what I like about the program because, I mean, they know to fight to the finish. It's not over until the clock is 0-0.
That has been the one thing.
Ross, I love you. But like with the Warriors, I felt like when we got down some games, a lot of guys just was like, fuck it. And I didn't like that mentality. It wasn't like the whole team, but I just felt like certain key people would just be like, fuck it. Like, oh, we'll be good next week. Or like, I want to win every game. Like, our games were early in the morning. If that was the case, I was sitting, I guess, at home.
Yeah. Your rebuttal?
Okay.
He says okay.
Ross, you always had that winning mentality, though. I love you, man.
So, going into this season, what team, Marley, do you think is flying under the radar that nobody's talking about outside of you guys?
Well, yeah, outside of us, the Spartans, because a lot of the guys that I try to bring along with me, they were like, Don gave them like a hell of a pitch, and but the only concern I have with them is the Spartans came out strong last season, and after the first two losses, like they went from having 30 people on the roster to showing up with 10 people to play a 9-man game.
They certainly had their struggles at times. I feel like though going into year two, they are definitely a team to look out for, especially considering they're going to be playing both Saturday and Sunday this spring. That's a lot of work to be putting in. Try to get somebody from the Spartans to call in. Nobody from the Spartans is calling in, Sean, so somebody needs to step up.
Where is Joe? I need to hear about the almighty secondary.
That's what I want to hear. I try to get Weezy to call back in, but Weezy's not available.
You know, we used to call Joe a helicopter pad. They
call
it
that.
no fly zone, but they used to land in that shit all the time.
I don't know, like I feel like the program versus the Spartans will be an underrated game to look out for this year.
I agree with that.
I feel like that's going to be a really good game to look out for this year. It's going to be program versus Spartans when you two face off.
And I want to put this on the live because they're trying to scrimmage us, but we don't want to scrimmage somebody that we just had our last game against. I'm a part of the program now, so we don't want to scrimmage somebody that we just had our last game against. And like I said, with Ant's imagination, we don't want to show off all our new formations and all that with the team that we're going to have to see soon.
No, I understand that. But do you still question about the whole best secondary in the league thing?
Do I question that accusation for them?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. You finished 7th out of how many teams?
9. That was the number.
Right. And then you were probably only in front of Red Knights and who else was trash?
Brunswick.
Well, I would call Brunswick trash, but they struggled. Oh, there we go.
Fuck it is.
Hey.
Yeah.
The number one DBs in the world.
Hey, look.
Top flight security in the world.
Hey, look.
So you see
Hey,
it.
Joey, you record all the games. That's all I'm going to say.
I played DB for the first time last year. I didn't give up no TDs from guarding anybody all year. 4 catches all season. Only TD I gave up was an extra point to Dave when we played program. So, yeah. We just dropped our gun, though. We spoke too soon. I told his ass, shut the fuck up.
He was at Cloud 9 over that Red Knights game in week 1.
Yo, and I'm like, Red Knights? I'm like, bro, this is the retirement party, bro. We can't get hyped off Red Knights, bro. This ain't them last year, bro. We got this. We were supposed to
say that was his going away tour.
Yeah, so I think if we'd have won that game like 50-something to 7, then I'd have like, all right, we could be a little hyped. But we barely blew them out. So I'm like, we still got some work. I try to humble the team, but you know, everybody different. That was how we jumped the fucking gun.
Oh, for sure.
We had motherfuckers stop coming, and people just was like.
But it's different ways
Yeah.
you can ride that wave. Because you gotta remember, the Warriors' first game, we beat 80 yards, and we rode that wave to a lot of wins. I mean, I guess that's just, I don't know. I thought y'all beat y'all, but
that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. We were supposed to lock that shit up, and we ain't cashed that check. That shit bounced on us.
Yeah, that check bounced, baby. Y'all owe the bank.
Oh hell yeah! That's why we gotta come with Big Smoke next season. We in that.
I come with Big Smoke. Let me hit that, because I know you ain't talking about the field.
That's that Baltimore shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dummy.
Yeah. He on it. Shit, yo. Fucking but Joey, so how many teams right now are supposed to be in county next year?
Let's count them out. All right. We did it last week. We'll do it again. Starting with the new one.
Cram twice, because we went in the A and the B.
You went an A and a B this year?
I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to do it.
So y'all already had the A and the B team?
We got varsity and the JV.
I'm packing every nigga that's on that JV team, man.
Hey Joey, my phone about to die and I'm on the road. Let me get back with you.
All right, Molly.
All right, Shorty, be safe, y'all.
Molly Mayo joining us. Now we have Rome on the show. So going back to what you were saying, Rome, who are the teams for the spring? Right now, as of today.
Big guys. All right, what's up?
We got, here's what we got for the spring so far. We got Kings, Broadaxe, Ruckus, Program, Warriors, Railroaders, Pure Chaos.
Who the fuck?
Pure Chaos is a team by Ronnie Hamilton.
I don't know, y'all.
Ronnie Hamilton is a former Red Knight.
So the Red Knights made a new team.
Well, I know Joppy's on the team, apparently, from what I gathered in another post. So,
yeah, Joppy better stop bringing his ass out of practices, man. Joe's fine, yo. He really had to run Joe up out of our shit.
Whose practice was he at?
Yo, stop coming out of shit, yo.
Whose practice did Joppy show up at?
Oh, he came to 2 hours shit. He better bounce. Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I was just hearing he might be on Pure Chaos. I know that.
Keep going, I'm listening.
So of course we had TJ Williams and his rumored team, the Reckless Villains.
Okay.
No word on that yet. I don't know if TJ is going to be on a team or what. We'll see. There is also the Giants coming to the Washington County Flag Football League.
That sounds like some Baltimore shit.
Oh, well, for what it's worth, I looked at the comments section when it was announced by Mikey Scunyon, and all the comments were from Brian Archer. They were from Desi. I saw Vaughn, I think, at one point. I'm pretty sure this is a Scotty Scott team.
Joppy's on the Spartans, by the way.
Joppy's on the Spartans? Okay, that's cleared up.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Oh, hell yeah. You just ready to get his ass throw it out.
I was wondering. I thought I saw him comment on something. That meant me misunderstanding. You know how that goes. But But you never know who's on what team this time of the year. It's February. We still got a month and a half left.
Joppy running with us, man. Kind of a new league, man.
He Keystone.
He coming back.
Is he running on Keystone too?
I don't know. So we got a lot of guys though, man. So that's another reason why we running both leagues too. So it's good practice in my opinion. I mean, we're practicing now and shit, but I think it's good practice as far as like if Don ever want to consider like, you know, traveling, like actually like competing on like the circuit and shit. Playing the 2 leagues, I think that's like the perfect practice right there for real, because you're already playing on Saturday and Sunday. So it's like that's like perfect for tournaments and shit, because that's what you do in tournaments anyway. So
I told Don Saturday night at the banquet that you guys should enter Ocean City. I think it's the right time. I say go for it.
Yeah. I mean, some of us got time shares and shit. I can get a couple of us in a couple of some rums and shit. I got some pools. I got the Wyndham for real, so we take advantage of that. Get everybody up that bitch live, hit the strip. You feel me? I won't holler at no bitches because I'm cuffed up, but I can book some bitches for mines and me. So yeah, but shit though, man, that's another story for TBT though. So I got to wait for Don to do that with traveling. But as far as like on the circuit shit, I mean, any tournament TBT is entering, y'all can catch Kaiser in that black and white or whatever colors Joey decided to make it. But yeah, make that announcement now for my 2020 campaign. So yeah.
All right, I like it. We'll see. We'll see how things go the next couple of months. There's been a lot of shakeup going on in the flag football world.
I know.
What a crazy time we're living in.
Like literally everywhere, like in New York, in Connecticut, New Jersey, Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland, literally everywhere. Shit.
It's a crazy time, man. I tell you, I'm still wrapping my head around the fact that I'm getting mentioned on shows now.
Hey, bro, you what I tell people, bro, you stat, yo. I mean, your name out there, man. I mean, people know what you do, bro, and you dedicated to your shit. So it's like when somebody doing something and they doing a good craft and they like dedicated to their craft, that shit ain't going to go unnoticed. You feel me? So, cause we're gonna recognize that shit, and everybody they saying what you doing, and they paying that homage, man. I'ma just need some of them broke. Some of y'all, I ain't gonna call everybody broke, but some of the motherfuckers that be asking you to send film and do this for me, that cash app needs to light up big green, and we ain't asking for nothing, but the people gonna ask. You feel me? That's just for anybody. You feel me? That's like, hey, look, don't ask if you to do something, but then it's like you can't. It's like, yeah, you can ignore the obvious shit. So, but you do a good job, bro, and that's why your shit popping hot, yo, in this flagship right now, yo. And that's 100 shit for real.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, it's a popping time for sure. It has been one hell of a journey, and seems like spring is going to be an even bigger journey. We're talking Washington County. We're talking Keystone. We're talking Circuit Ball. There's a lot happening. And we're still a month. We're still like we're a month away now from the first tournament, Atlantic City. You got any plans to travel, Rome?
You said what?
I said a month away from the first tournament, Atlantic City. You trying to travel?
I am though, bro. I actually am though, bro. I'm looking at the dates where that shit landed at. I'm like, all right, I don't think it's a credit event for my work, so I'm probably gonna be able to take off for that. So yeah, man, I'm definitely trying to, and I haven't been to Atlantic City in a while. So I think the last time I've been to Atlantic City, it was like a little mini earthquake there. So that was some years ago. So, but yeah, so it'll be nice to head up that way.
I'm trying to get there myself, actually. I'm going to see how it goes. Looking forward to that.
Okay. I'm with that.
This could be a big tournament. It's going to be 16 in the A, 28 in the B. That's something to look forward to. We're going to have coverage of that next month, as well as Washington County and Keystone itself. We got a big 3 months ahead.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Shit ready to get real, yeah.
That's going to get really real.
I'm fucking with it though. I think it's I actually think this is good for both leagues actually. Because one, that Keystone shit dry. No offense to the dude running it, but it was a league that where it was like if we gonna like put brackets and shit, it's like that's like a D.C. league for real. But now it's coming up to where it's still kind of C-ish, but it's leaning over to where it's multiple B teams in that Capital League for real. So it's like Keystone coming up and County shit. I mean, we already know what County do, but it's even looking gooder now because County got way more teams coming. So it's like we lost Red Knights. You feel me? Losing them, and I think who else team lost? Well, damn, really just Red Knights. Losing Red Knights and gaining +4. Well, losing ADR and Red Knights to gain +5, +4 more teams. That's some live ass shit for real. So it's like, although I'm gonna miss both teams, I'll take the game of the other teams that's coming in for real. Because now it's like, all right, it's more shit talking. I get to talk more shit. Other people get to talk more shit. I get to be nosy and watch other people talk more shit. And we get to have fun on the football field, most importantly. And yeah, win games, man, and try to compete for a trophy and make fun of whoever don't make it, whoever do make it. So hopefully Spartans is in that A bracket. That's our goal. Our goal is not to beat bracket. I'm gonna just keep that shit 100 right now. Our goal is to win the A, or at least lose in the A championship. But we're not even thinking about the B. So we're gonna get a B. We're gonna start a rivalry now. So we're gonna give that B bracket back to program. We can have that shit again. But as far as we coming for the A, so yeah.
I like it, Rome. I like it.
All right.
What are your impressions of the other teams, however, going into this spring?
Remember, man, who Tyler playing with this year?
Tyler, I believe, is Warriors.
He's still Warriors?
Yeah, Tyler should still be with Warriors. Right, Ross?
Yeah.
You didn't lose the third quarter, did you?
To the new Justin Fox and shit.
According to Marley, I lost my whole secondary.
What about Justin Fox?
I said Tyler, my man, but he turned into the what they was calling Justin Fox. He ran away from the post. He don't be on here no more. Tyler don't be talking no shit or nothing no more. I'm used to that. I'm used to my man Tyler on here hype. Seems like he turned in the new league, but that's still my guy. But hopefully Warriors, one of them teams in the A bracket at the end. I don't know who they got. They weren't in my preseason top 5, but hopefully they prove me wrong. But yeah, my whole shit will be different now that I know ADR gone. So I gotta see, I guess when the league fees turn in, who was really like officially there, and then I'm gonna rap to you and we can have that little preseason top 8, top 9, how many teams we have in. But
the first rankings will come out the week after the captain's meeting.
Okay.
We'll know who's part of the league by then, and that'll give us time to assort who is the preseason rankings. And you must consider, due to the fact there's no ADR, anybody could be number 1.
Yeah. And look, you gotta pay attention to that. A lot of people retired. So just because ADR gone, don't look at the other next teams and be like, all right, they up there too. Because when certain players retire, that takes the team overall down. So like, no disrespect, but like, let me give a prime example. Like Chile retiring, that take X-Dog's defense down. That turn their team overall down. Their overall defense, I want to say, last season, they should was probably like in the high 80s. But now I would get a defense like maybe a solid 80. That's how much of an impact Chili give with them. You feel me?
Not just Chili, but I'm hearing Brady, Kinsler, and Judd are going too.
Oh, damn. Well, yeah. Well, it's like, yeah. So this exact was like that. It's like, I'm not going to go out there and be like, all right, they played in the championship and ADR gone, so X-Dogs is the number one team going into next season. Nah. You got to look at it like on who's on the field, who's on their team preseason, on the paper shit. But you also got to look at what they lost, too. So, I mean, those guys that they lost, they have big shoes, big cleats to fill. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting with them.
I agree 100%. And it just kills me that it's only February 5th.
I know.
So much is going on this off season.
I know. I wish it was fucking March 27th, to be honest. I wish it was March 27th. Get a fucking time machine, run that bitch back down to the Lord Judge.
Let's just simulate to like next March. I'm ready to simulate to March. Let's get there.
Facts.
Let's skip the next 3 weeks. Let's get to AC. Then let's get to league play.
Real shit.
I'm ready to ball, man. It's been too long.
Same, bro. Same.
But we're going to see how it all goes. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Definitely, man. I look at it like new rookies and shit like that. I mean, I wasn't right on all my picks, but I was right on Rookie of the Year. I think everybody agreed that Timmy was the Rookie of the Year last season. So I didn't go to the little banquet shit, so I don't know what awards and how that shit went. But if you did County do a Rookie of the Year?
I did one for the Blunt Talk Awards.
Okay.
Yeah, Timmy won that.
Okay. So that's one of the other things I'm interested to see this season, the new rookie. The new rookie and the comeback player of the year. Always good to see like a player who we either had like some off the field issues, bounce back, or like had injuries especially and come back and do good. I'm like, that's what I'm most interested to see is the comeback player of the year and the rookie of the year. Those are always my two favorite awards to watch people get.
Yeah. And I look forward to seeing next year's award ceremony. I look forward to this next season in general. I'm excited. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. I'm gonna compete for one of them awards, but I really is more concerned with the championship. But I won't be out with award I'm gonna compete for. But keep an eye on Spartan games this season, y'all. A lot of us on a mission over there. Not even just myself. My QB hungry. My wide's hungry. My safety's hungry. My corner's hungry. Everybody hungry. Coach is hungry. So it's going to be a good year, both. It's going to be a good year, man. So, yeah.
I look forward to this year for the Spartans, both in Keystone and in Washington County and maybe even Ocean City.
Tell David Ross stop ripping his jerseys. He got to wear a real shirt this season. Them little basketball shits, that shit cheating down in flag football. He got to wear a real jersey. You can't get up under his arm because you don't be wanting to get like deodorant and shit on you when you try like swift him out the way on a defensive move. So wear a real shirt, Ross. If you can hear me, tell him wear a real shirt.
I hear you, and I ain't wearing a real shirt. I'll be out there in my old school Warriors.
Yeah, the one he's worn since day one.
First gen.
That's just an old man's tank top. That ain't no shirt.
It's a shirt. It gets hot in the spring, man.
It do. But it's all shit, man. I'm interested to see what y'all do too, though, man. Joey, who gonna be your team to watch this year? You was back and forth last year. You was Warriors, then
Ooh, it's too early, man. It's too early. I gotta see some practices. We need some scrimmages. We need to all get together and get some scrimmages going. It's that time of the year.
We should do a tournament style scrimmage.
A tournament style scrimmage?
Scrimmage tournament.
You know what I want to do? I want to do a 4-team scrimmage, but mix it up. Let's just say, for example, the 4 teams are Broad Axe, Program, Warriors, and let's just say maybe Boone and them show up. They get old school ADR, for example. Let's say they all scrimmage each other, but maybe to make it interesting, you spice it up a little bit. You have a series where it's Programs D-line playing Warriors O-line, and then the secondaries ADRs, and the offense belongs to Broad Axe on the receivers and quarterback. Mix it up like that.
That'd be wild as fuck.
See what I mean? Take different units and mix it up against each other.
That'd be wild as shit.
That shit sound hard. Y'all can't even stop.
I think it'd be fun.
I think it'd be fun as shit.
It'd be definitely a different way of mixing it up. And I feel like if we can get something going like that in county, because they did that a few weeks ago. When I say that, I mean like last month over in it was Rampage, Rideout, Raiders, and I believe PME all got together and they did a 4-team scrimmage that way.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we could do something like that or jamboree. Get everybody to bounce together. But yeah, niggas know me. Everybody looking at my little chest. Said, but that'd make a little jamboree. It'd be hard. I don't see nothing wrong with a jamboree. That'd be interesting.
I think it'd be good to get everybody mixing it up together. You have different units playing against one another.
Fuck yeah.
I think it'd be great for the game.
Joey, now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to need you on this one. Like, going forward, yo, when you come back to Baltimore this year for the Charleston City Classic,
I'll be there in August.
yo, you got to come to Rome's Corner, bro. The episode would have been complete if you was in there, yo. You got to come to my shit, bro.
I'll be there.
Should it be lit, bro?
I'll be there.
Already.
But, Rome, thank you for coming on tonight.
My man, already appreciate you, Shawty.
Appreciate you as well.
Ross, y'all have boys be easy, man.
We'll see you out there in the field.
Those Barnes.
Rome West joining us. Well, we heard from Dame. I just wanted to hear what Boone has to say. Let's hear Boone's side.
What's going on, man?
Boone, welcome to the show.
Thank you, man. How's everybody tonight?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm not really good, but I'm all right, man. Driving back from a cornhole tournament. Fucking lost in the championship, came in second. I mean,
You lost?
Yeah, we lost, man. Came in second. I mean, I brought up $80, so I ain't mad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But fuck,
No, I get you.
I hate losing.
No, I get you. So we already heard from Dame tonight about the split.
All right.
I want to hear from you, Boone.
I don't even know what was said. What was said? I mean, like I said, I haven't watched it today.
Dame just simply stated that you guys went your separate ways. Like, what went on from your end?
I mean, really nothing went on. Showtime, we're trying to get more into the 5 and 7. We're going to play 9 in tournaments here or there because we're trying to get our name, nationally ranked because we want to start getting more into the 5 and 7 since that's the TV version.
Yes,
You know,
5-man has become more. 5 and 7 have become very more popularized in the last couple of years in the mainstream media.
right, exactly. You know, it's starting to be on TV now. The tournament prizes are 3 and 4 times as much as they are for the 9-man tournaments and stuff like that. So, you know, we were just kind of really just trying to build our brand because we already traveled at Showtime for most of the things. So we just wanted to go ahead and go ahead and get it out there for everything. Because like I said, I mean, we want to focus on getting into the 5 and 7. The big money shit, really. I mean, that's really all it was.
So it's a business decision for the most part.
Yeah, pretty much. Exactly. You know, I mean, me and Dane talked about it. He still wanted to do his thing and you know, run his stuff and shit like that. So no bad blood. Wasn't like no fallout or no shit like that. You know what I mean? It was just pretty much, like you said, just a business type deal that we wanted, what we had to do because of the way we felt Flag was going.
No, I understand that. That makes sense. So that being said, Showtime, circuit team only, correct? We won't see them in the. Are we going to see them in the Washington County Flag Football League?
No, you will not see us in Washington County. We because like I said, because we're going to be doing some 5 and 7-man tournaments and stuff like that. We're going to be busy traveling, so our weekends are not. We wouldn't be able to play in no kind of league ball.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, there might be a weekend or here or there where we would have been available, but not enough to make a schedule and put out the money for it.
No, I understand that. It's a lot traveling as is, and you try to put the league play in, and all of a sudden that just complicates everything because you'd be going to 70 different places over the weekend. And
yeah, you never have any time off. Basically, what we came to with the players, well, you know, we was talking about it. We had, you know, we're not going to be able to do league play for the fact that, you know, we're trying to schedule so many tournaments and just concentrate on them. If guys were playing in league play also, you know, for us, league play is basically a tournament day because, you know, we spend an hour and a half driving there. You play, you sit there for an hour after you're done playing, then you drive an hour and a half back. You're still going all day. So, you know, we're trying to just limit the travel and so guys can save money and make sure we're available for tournaments.
it makes sense. I like it. So, is this the end of Chris Boone in the Washington County Flag Football League?
Oh, man. I mean, spring's not looking good just because there's some, like I said, we got a bunch of 5-man tournaments we're going to be doing in the spring. And I got one league, one tournament left in the whole state of Virginia to win, and it's out in Virginia Beach. So that's my priority on Sundays called spring. So probably traveling down there once every 3 weeks. You know, so that's the main goal. I want to get that tournament, that last league knocked out of the way, and then, you know, Virginia I'm good and done with, and then keep going through Maryland and PA. And eventually the whole national site.
Yeah, you'll be making your first step in Pennsylvania when you come to the Keystone Flag Football League on March 28th. Are you excited,
sir.
Boone?
Oh, man, I'm ready for that. I can't wait to get up there. We're going to go ahead and punish those teams. Take another trophy out of there.
We run PA.
That's just what we do.
We run PA.
Yeah, I mean, that's just what we do up there. So definitely taking another one up there. I don't see any team that's going to play with us, especially if X-Dogs don't have Chili, Grady, and Kinsler. I mean, they'll still be competitive just because Matt is a hell of a general, and he's, you know, he'll get them guys ready to play, but they just won't be able to keep up.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't see it being the same team. Matt has told me he will be playing this spring.
Yes, yeah, we talked to him Saturday, right? He said he was going to be all healed and ready by then.
Yeah, quite the recovery. He was ready to go. He's eager.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I might try Washington County, come up and play with somebody in the fall, maybe from Washington County. But really, I mean, I ain't got a lot to prove up there. I think I'm like 40-something too. Yeah, 3 straight ships, couple MVPs. So I'm kind of, I'm getting older now. I ain't got a lot of time left, so I got to move on to some other, goals I want to get done before I retire.
And understandably so. So my question, since it seems like you're going to be an observer this year, who's looking like the early favorite in the Washington County Flag Football League?
The favorite would be, I don't know, man. You'd have to go with Dame's team and the Warriors.
Kings and the Warriors?
Dames, yeah. I mean, say what you want about Damien. That dude plays hard, man. He gonna bring some guys. He ain't gonna just come up there with nobody. He'll put together a team, and they'll be pretty good. Especially, I mean, there's so much more talent out of freaking 8-man in Winchester that he can get from. There's a lot of, there's a lot of talent up there. I mean, you got a lot of the Shenandoah guys are graduating, and they always showed up throughout the league from Shenandoah University. People like Q went to Shenandoah and then hung around after that, stayed in the area. So, believe me, I know Dane's already he's already working on the roster already. So, and I like the Warriors. I don't know if the Warriors are bringing back. I mean, Ross is right there. What you got, Ross?
I got everybody.
He says he's got everybody.
Everybody, god damn.
Well, except Marley and Ashton, from what we've learned.
Who they playing with?
Program.
They're playing with Program?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean,
Marley's already said they got the best secondary in the league.
Man, when people stop that shit, I'll show up for one game and give them 30 in the league.
I don't know, Boone. He was hyping it up. Him, Lai, Ashton, Cortez, Ron Savage.
All right. Yeah, I mean, they solid, but what's the D-line look like? What's the middle linebacker look like?
That is true. We have to see what the program brings to the table. I mean, I know they'll bring back Gaskins and Kaja and J-Dub on that D-line.
Right.
It's just a question of what does the rest of the team got.
Right, exactly. So
we shall see.
Nah, I'm just fucking around. They're going to be good, man. They'll be solid. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess it comes down to, how much better Foster's got. And then, we got to see Ant play in the A bracket too. So
that is something worth pointing out. Ant did not play against a single A bracket team last year.
Right. Yeah. So, I know he's working hard and working on his craft and shit like that, but you gotta step up and practice. You gotta play better competition when you're practicing, or you're not gonna get any better. So, we'd have to see how he's gonna do against A bracket teams. Really, I mean, I know he plays hard. He asks a lot of questions, and that's a sign of somebody that wants to learn, man. So you can't knock on that. I know he wants to get better.
Big facts. Ant has been a guy who's been eager to study the game, and he is getting better as time is going on.
Right, definitely. So, what's Ross got around Foster this year? Is Zeke coming back? Is Matt coming back?
You got Zeke and Mac?
Got everybody.
Says he's got everybody. He ain't giving away any secrets.
God, yeah, if he's got everybody, then, I mean, they're going to be good no matter what. I mean, Tyler's still a good player. And you got that front four that he's got. It don't matter who's back there in that secondary. They only got 2 seconds to get rid of the ball. Anybody can cover for 2 seconds. So,
Facts.
you know what I mean? So, you know, Ashton and Marley,
I'm gonna play corner.
how good are they? You know what I mean? Because they had those guys up there in front of them, and quarterbacks were throwing a bunch of prayer balls up to them, and they was getting picked. So, what are they going to do when they go to a team and they got covered for 5 seconds or 6 seconds? Can they do it? So,
We'll see.
there's a lot of questions. Yeah, a lot of questions.
It's going to be a very interesting spring ahead. My question, though, next, Boone, is what is Showtime looking like going into AC?
Showtime going into AC. We are very, very deep. Probably the deepest travel team I've ever had or been a part of.
Okay.
You know, how we'll play together the first time, I'll be honest with you, I can't answer that. You know what I mean? Depending on how the hell this weather goes, shit, we might not even get a chance to practice together, but maybe once. So we're bringing a lot of new guys, a lot of guys that I ain't ever played with. You know, I played against them, so we're kind of familiar with each other. But, you know, nothing beats actually timing and shit like that playing together. So, you know, we'll have to wait and see how that goes.
I have been trying to say if everybody should get that. I don't know if you heard or not about the little four-way scrimmage I was pitching earlier, Boone. I feel like if you're ever to get together and do something like that, especially Showtime, it'd be a good way to get out there. There's a lot of teams I know who are currently out there practicing. I know that Programs out there, Spartans are out there, Warriors are officially out there. Ross made it clear to me just now. TBT's open. Browns and the Keystone League, they're open to scrimmaging right now. And the Survivors in the Keystone League are also open to scrimmaging right now.
Right.
So really big opportunity if some of these captains get together to put together some really interesting bump for their teams.
Definitely. We're going to try, but, you know, we kind of, right now, some of us are playing up in the Richmond League on Sunday, so I know it won't be our full Showtime team when I'm up there, but if I can get 3 or 4 guys here or there that I'm playing with, you know, meeting them down there, we're, you know, working on some routes and stuff like that. So we're around each other, but, you know, because I got guys coming from all over the state of Virginia. So, you know, to come to Hagerstown or somebody like that, I mean, some of them could be a 4-hour drive. So I'm not sure how we'll be able to do actual scrimmaging-wise, but we're definitely playing, staying in shape. I mean, we're actually getting real game reps.
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. And so that being said, I asked you how Kings will fare in county. How would they fare in the circuit?
I really don't know. I don't know. I mean, like I said, Dane's not going to put together no Blum team. So I technically don't know who they have. But, you know, I guess we'll see in county before we'll know, and then we'll all know because they're going to Ocean City. So I guess we'll see them in county before any of us will know actually what they have.
Yeah. We'll have to wait till then. March 29th, the kickoff for Washington County Flag Football League. We're already we're still so far away. Ugh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm excited, too. I mean, I'm still going to come watch on weekends that I don't have games and shit like that. So I'll still be up there to have a drink and, you know, talk and bullshit with everybody.
It'd be good to have you up there. It's going to be weird to see without you, though, this season. I will say that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been. I've been just playing up there. Like I said, you know, we called that my home now for a while. You know what I mean? So that's my main league up there. So not to play in it, it'll definitely be different.
For sure. Any final thoughts, Chris?
You coming to Atlantic City?
Financially, don't look good for me right now. I will say that. Hoping that some people come through for me. That's as far as I can say about that.
Right. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. If I were to say right now, based on what I have, I'm probably not going.
So what do you need? What do you need? A ride down, or do you need somewhere to stay?
I just need a
What do you
room.
need?
I need room.
So you got a ride. You just need a room.
I'll drive myself every time easily.
Okay.
It's just paying for the
All
room
right.
because the prices have been. I saw the prices for AC and they were looking pretty high up there for the 2 days.
Yeah. But if you come down Saturday morning, you only got to do the one night. So.
That's true. I just gotta get up at about 3 a.m. though. That's the biggest thing.
Well, how far a ride is it? Was it 4 hours?
4 hours from where I live. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
We'll figure it out. I got about a month to get there.
Boone's got that white van, man. You can put an air mattress in the back of that shit and just take a nap the whole way there.
Staying in Boone's white van?
Yeah.
All right.
Hell yeah. Hey, I keep a propane heater in there, so you good all night.
Oh, okay, bet. I like it.
There it is.
Yeah, just throw it out, throw the tank out the window, roll it all the way up. That motherfucker keep you warm, bud. Burn you up out of there.
I know it's going to be cold for that tournament, so.
Yeah, it's going to be cold. I think I'm going to take my propane heater down there unless we're playing on a field where we can't have them.
Those propane heaters are pretty clutch, right, Ross?
Yeah. They are.
Yeah, they come in
handy.
They're
huge. So how many teams, that's what I didn't know. So how many teams are in Washington County? How many teams are in KFFL?
Starting out with County, we'll name them all again. Starting with Kings, Broadaxe, Ruckus, Program, Warriors, Giants, Pure Chaos, Reckless Villains, Railroaders. The Immortals were actually rumored a couple months ago, but I have heard nothing about the Immortals since.
Yeah.
Who else? Did I skip a team? You're shaking your head. Okay.
I don't know. How many was it? 10?
Spartans. I skipped the Spartans. About 10.
About 10.
Yeah, we could.
So, over the last, let's just say, since Broadaxe started their run and we just ended ours, has there ever been a season more wide open without a dominant team? I don't think it has been.
No, and I feel like you have a couple of teams this year who could really. I think Warriors, Broadaxe, Kings, Program are the four to look out for. Offhand, Spartans could be a dark horse in there. I have no idea what Ruckus has left. That team, last I heard, was a mess.
Yeah, I don't know what they got either. I mean, everybody pretty much just said they ran off the other teams, so I don't know what they got left.
And some of these newer teams I'm curious about. Pure Chaos has been getting hype lately.
Hype.
They got, I don't know, Markel Simpkins was back on the board today, hyping them up.
Oh, my God. That dude's been blown out in every game he's ever played in Washington County.
He's on the Pure Chaos. He's ready.
Damn. Oh, man. We roll out. All these new teams are coming in. Shit. But like I said, I think everybody feels better. I mean, no ADR. The Broadaxe Dynasty, they're not what they used to be. They're a solid team, but they're not championship automatic. So I think every team going into the fucking spring feels like they got a chance, and I don't think it's been like that in about 10 years.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. This is a wide open season, and I'm excited for it. And as for KFFL, they're looking at the following. Us, Killer Bees, Survivors, Tri-State Spartans, regular Spartans, because there's 2 Spartans.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, there's going to be the Keystone and the Tri-State ones. They're going to fight over the name.
Jesus.
And we're going to have the Browns back in the league, too.
All right. Ain't bad. I went to Spartans practice over the weekend. I went out there and worked out with them guys and shit like that. They out there working hard, man. Don Brown got them guys. They working hard. They want to learn. You know, they're getting better. You know, they still got a long way to go, though. I mean, they're picking up more and more pieces for sure.
Yeah, they've definitely improved, and I look forward to seeing what they have in store for this spring, especially playing in both leagues.
Yeah, that's good reps for them, though, especially if they're thinking about going to Ocean City or some tournament, man. They need as much game reps as they can get.
It'll definitely help out, and I hope to see a lot of local teams in attendance for Ocean City in a few months. I would really like to see a big local presence.
Right. Right. I think if Spartans could somehow finish top 4 in Washington County, because, you know, Washington County is more competitive, so I'm not going. What they do in Keystone really don't bother me, but they can use the Keystone games to practice on shit that they never done before. But if they play good in Washington County and they can finish, you know, top 4, I think they could go to Ocean City and probably get a couple wins.
Think
But
so?
they definitely got to do better in Washington County first.
Yeah, especially up front in the trenches.
Right. But you never know. I mean, think about it. They go up. So the more you play, that's kind of what I do. The more leagues and tourneys you play in, the more people you meet. And that's huge. So just think of, you know, Spartans go up to the KFFL, find a couple linemen, find a couple pieces that are willing to travel with them. That'll make them just that much better. You know, just meeting new people, meeting new teams. A lot of teams don't travel. Maybe you can find three guys from each team that want to travel. So, you know, that's huge for them playing in both leagues, I think. I think it's good for them.
I think so, too. And I think it's going to be good to see a lot of guys who play both days this year coming up.
Right. Definitely. But I'm 100% with y'all up there on Saturdays. For sure.
We'll be ready, Boone.
So I'm good. Is Ross playing?
Ross is playing.
Yep, I'm in.
He'll be a backup, but he's playing.
Yeah, it depends on what you mean by playing.
He'll get in.
Hell yeah.
Pretty much like the winter chiller or whatever. That'll be our role.
Hell yeah. All right, fellas, I got to get off here, man. It's getting late.
Yeah,
I got to get my ass in the house and get to bed.
All right, man.
See you, Bo.
All right, fellas. Peace.
Peace. Chris Boone joining us. And that'll do it for tonight. As we take one last look at the ADR team photo, we spend this moment of silence to remember the times and legacy of Adrenaline Rush.